Hello, dear students. Welcome to the session and welcome to my newly launched EdTech startup and Thrive the Learning app. In the previous session, I discussed the basics of electrical elements. Now, in this section, I'm going to discuss different connections of passive elements. That means, first we'll see series and parallel connections of resistances, inductances, and capacitances, and then we'll see Wheatstone bridge circuit, and then we'll discuss star to delta conversion and delta to star conversion. And for star delta conversion, I'll give you very special trick. With the help of that trick, you can very easily write the values of delta network or star network. So before starting the session, here is a small introduction about me. Myself, Mayank Kumar. I am your educator and founder of this app. I have the teaching experience of 4 years. I have the industrial experience of 1 year. I have done masters in electrical engineering from NIT Patna. I have qualified GATE 8 number of times and also cleared public sector undertaking exam. I have mentored more than 10,000 students. My areas of expertise are network theory, power electronics, power systems, electrical machines and control systems. So let's begin the session. Let's start with very basic connection, that is series and parallel connections of different elements. So let's start series connection of resistors. So what is series connection? We can see that if the second terminal of first element is connected to first terminal of second element, again the second terminal of second element is connected to first terminal of third element. So if the connection is made like this, then you can see here a common current I flows through the entire circuit, entire branch. So this particular connection is called series connection. And here if you measure the voltage across different resistors, so depending upon the values of different resistors, the voltages across all the branches will be different. So now if we calculate equivalent resistance, means once all the n number of resistors are replaced by single resistor, then you can write equivalent resistance will be equal to sum of all the resistances. I hope it was already known to you. Now one of the interesting thing here I'll discuss, that why we calculate equivalent resistance. Your question will be, sir, all the resistors are given, why we are calculating equivalent resistance? So I am telling you the reason. At your home you are getting a supply of 230 volt. Now what happens? You are connecting different appliances and those appliances are called load. So you are connecting electrical load. So whenever you connect electrical load, it draws some current I. Now how many number of loads are there at your home? Suppose there are 10 number of loads. So what happens? All the loads are connected in parallel. Now what happens? If you calculate the equivalent resistance or equivalent impedance of total load, then you can easily predict how much amount of current that going to be drawn from the supply. Now your question will be, sir, what will happen if I know the value of current? This is because when you are designing your home wiring, at that time if you know the value of current that will flow through the wires, then you can very easily decide and optimize the wires, that means ratings of wires, at the same times ratings of switches, ratings of plugs and everything. So that will optimize the total cost. So this is the role of electrical engineer, and this is the basic difference between electrical engineer and a technician. Because technician, they don't know, they will come to your home, you will say wiring you have to do. What they will do, they won't ask you about the load, they will go to market and they will purchase very high cost wires and they will connect at your home. So now let us see series connection of inductors. It is similar to resistors. You can see L equivalent will be equal to L1 plus L2 up to Ln. Why? Because you know inductive reactance XL is equal to omega into L. So here what happens? XL means if you sum all the reactances, so it will become omega L equivalent equal to omega L1, omega L2 up to omega Ln. So from here you can write L equivalent. Next one is capacitors. Its equivalent capacitance is different from resistors and inductors. This is the series connected capacitors. This is equivalent capacitance. If you write equivalent capacitance, it is coming 1 by C equivalent equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 up to 1 by Cn. Why it is happening? This is because if you write capacitive reactance, it is equal to 1 upon omega C. That means if all the reactances are added, so the term will be like 1 by omega C equivalent equal to 1 by omega C1 plus 1 by omega C2 up to 1 upon omega Cn. So this is the series connection. Next come to parallel connection of resistors. You can see the resistors are connected parallelly. All the terminals are parallelly connected, and if you replace it by single equivalent resistance, its value will be 1 by R equivalent equal to 1 by R1, 1 by R2 up to 1 by Rn. At your home, household, which type of connections are done? At your household, I am writing here for a special note. In household, parallel connections are done. At household, parallel connections are done. Why parallel connections? There are two reasons. One is, suppose you have a 230 volt supply. 230 volt supply. You are going to connect a bulb. What it needs? 230 volt. You are going to connect fan. It needs 230 volt. Again you connect AC, fridge, TV. All the devices needs 230 volts. It is possible only when you connect all the devices in parallel. And there is one more advantage. What is the advantage? In the case one or two devices fuses, suppose this device fuses, so what will happen? Only this device will get disconnected from the supply, but rest of the devices will remain be connected. But in the case of series connection, what happens? Suppose you are having different elements. Suppose this element fails. So what will happen? The complete circuit will be open circuited, and hence you won't get the supply to any loads. So these are two reasons you have to explain in interview or viva. Again, parallel connection of inductors. Again, you will get the same equivalent inductance as like resistors. Next come to capacitors. Again, the capacitors are behaving like opposite to resistors and inductors in calculating its equivalent capacitance. So here it will be the sum of all the capacitance in parallel connection. So this is about series and parallel connection of different elements. Next, very beautiful connection, Wheatstone bridge. This is Wheatstone bridge. R1, R2, R3, R4 and R0. 5 resistances are connected. You have to calculate equivalent resistance. But for Wheatstone bridge, one condition will be given to you. It will be written like, this is point A. So it will be written like R1 by R2, ratio of these two resistors, again R3 by R4. So it will be written like, if R1 upon R2 is equal to R3 upon R4, then what will happen? Then it is said that it means the bridge is balanced. The bridge is balanced. So what is meaning of balanced bridge? This has been determined from the experiment. The balanced bridge means if the bridge is balanced, then there won't be any current through this resistor. That means current through R0 will be 0. It means current through R0 will be 0. I hope it is clear to you. Now if current through this resistor is 0, that means there is no any role of this resistor in this circuit. So what happens? If there is no any role, it will be removed. Suppose you are cricket player, you are in your cricket team. Now what happens? You are not able to bat, you are not able to ball, and you are not doing good fielding. So what will happen? You will be removed from the team. If you are scoring 0 runs, if you are going to bowl, so you are the opposite team batsmen, they are hitting 6 sixes in an over. Again, when you are doing fielding, at that time also you are not able to catch the ball. So what happens? Your captain will remove you. So now you are the captain of this circuit. You will remove this R naught register. So the circuit will become like this. Now if you have to calculate R equivalent, that means AB, RAB. So what will be the value of RAB? RAB will be equal to R1 plus R3 parallel to R2 plus R4. R1 plus R3 parallel to R2 plus R4. This is RAB. So from here you can easily find the value of R equivalent. It will be R1 plus R3 into R2 plus R4 divided by R1 plus R2, R2 plus R3 plus R4. Clear? This is about Wheatstone bridge connection. Balanced Wheatstone bridge connection. If the bridge is not balanced, in that case what you will have to do? You will have to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. You will have to connect a battery. Then only you can find the resistance. So next come to this circuit. The circuit is given. You have to find equivalent resistance across the terminal AB. So how to find equivalent resistance? This is Wheatstone bridge. Now you have to check the condition. What is condition? These two resistors ratio. That means 2 by 4. It is equal to 1 by 2. Next 3 by 6. 3 by 6 equal to 1 upon 2. So now what do you see? You see that here R1 by R2 is equal to R3 by R4. It means the bridge is balanced. Balanced means now you are the captain of this bridge. You have removed 5 ohm resistance. Hence, if you write RAB, it will be upper part 2 plus 3. 2 ohm and 3 ohm are in series. 2 plus 3 parallel. Lower part is 4 plus 6. That means it will be equal to 5 into 10 divided by 5 plus 10. That means 15. It is coming 3.33 ohm. This is the value of equivalent resistance across the terminal AB. So this is the answer, 3.33 ohm. So you can see how easily you can get the answer of equivalent resistance for balanced Wheatstone bridge. Now next question is given to you. For the given circuit, the value of equivalent resistance across the terminal AB will be. This is terminal A, this is terminal B. You have to find equivalent resistance. So let us see how to find. I am giving you the tricks, techniques to solve these types of circuit. To solve this circuit, go to first step. What is first step? First step is mark all the nodes. First step is mark all the nodes. What does it mean? It means some of the nodes, the names are already assigned. This node has name A, this node has name B. Now you have remaining two nodes. Let us assign the name C. For this node, the name will be D. These are four different nodes. What is the next step? Next step is, just see, this is C, this is D. Now what you have to do? Just concentrate here. Don't miss this concept. This is A, this is B. This is A, this is B. Now place C and D perpendicular to this plane. That means place the points like C, place the point like D. Now start from A. At point A, how many branches are there? Two branches. One is AC, one is AD. So connect here like this. AC, there is one resistance between A and C. There is another resistance between A and D. So A and C 6 ohm, A and D 4 ohm. Come to node C, second node. Here three branches are there, 1, 2, 3. So between C and D 5 ohm resistor. So between C and D you have 5 ohm resistor. Next, between C and A 6 ohm resistor. Between C and O it is already, you have already written 6 of register, so you have no need to repeat this one. You have to take care of this one while writing the different resistances. The branches should not be repeated. Clear? Just you are changing the orientation of the elements. That's it. Next is between C and B, 9 ohm resistance is connected. So this is C, this is B, this resistance is 9 ohm. Now come to node D, branch number 1, branch number 2, branch number 3. Branch number 1, D and A, you have already taken into account. D and C, you have already taken this. So which one is new? New is just D and B. So come to D and B. D and B, what is the value? 6 ohm. Next come to last node, node B. How many branches? 2 branches. One is between BD, one is between B and C. So now what you have to check? This has become a Wheatstone bridge where you have to calculate the resistance between A and B. So how to calculate? What you will have to do? You will have to do 6 by 4. This ratio is 6 by 4. So we have to check whether it is balanced or not. 3 by 2. Next 9 by 6. 9 by 6. Again it is equal to 3 by 2. It means you are very lucky. You got a balanced Wheatstone bridge. The moment you get balanced Wheatstone bridge, what is your next step? Next step, you will directly remove 5 ohm resistor. Once you remove 5 ohm resistor, then RAB, that means equivalent resistance, you can easily write. Upper part is 6 plus 9 in series. So 6 plus 9. Next, parallel to lower part is 4 plus 6. So from here you can get 15 parallel to 10. So from here you will get 15 into 10 divided by 15 plus 10. So from here 150 divided by 25, or from here you can write its value equal to 6 ohm. So this is the technique how to solve this kind of circuit, and this kind of circuit is very much important for semester, gate and all the different examinations. AE, JEE, in every examinations you can find this type of questions. So this is the way to tackle this type of question. Next come to star to delta conversion. This is very important circuit. In any exam you can expect a question from either from star to delta or from delta to star conversion. So here I'll tell you very beautiful trick. With the help of trick you can very easily convert star to delta and delta to star. So let us see a star network. What is the meaning of star network? It is also called Y network. Here 3 resistors are there. All the resistors are separated at an angle of 120 degree in space. This is a star point. The name of the points are A, B and C. Next, there is a neutral point N. There is a neutral point N. This network is a star network. Now what is delta network? Delta network means if the elements are placed at the sides of an equilateral triangle. Here this is equilateral triangle, all the angles are 60 degree. Now here the nodes name will be A, B and C. Similarly, the resistances will be RAB, RBC, RCA. This network configuration is applicable to inductance as well as capacitance, and also the combination of resistor, inductor, capacitor, everything. That means for impedances. So these two are star and delta network. Now what happens? Suppose you have to do the conversion. That means initially a star network is given to you. You have to convert this given star into equivalent delta. So if you convert to delta means what? The shape is become like this. Here this, and here this part between A and C. That means this will be the delta network. So if you are converting a star to delta, it has been observed that the values of resistances are changed. So once the values of resistances are changed, so you have to calculate this value. So for calculating this value, I am giving you very beautiful trick. What is the trick? Let us see. Star to delta. I am giving you trick. Just note this trick. Star to delta, S to D. Now can you write D like P? P and D, very little difference between the letters D and P. So S and P. So trick is SOP. What is SOP? Sum of products. The trick is sum of products. This is the trick for star to delta conversion. Sum of product. So what is the meaning of sum of products? Let us write sum of products of what? Of resistances. That means RA, RB and RC are given to you. You write RA into RB plus RB into RC plus RC into RA. So sum of product will be equal to RA into RB plus RB into RC plus RC into RA. This is sum of product. Next, you have to write the values, that is RA, RB, RAB, RBC and RCA. So let's write RAB. So what will you write RAB? You can see the unit of this sum of product term. This is the resistance, unit is ohm. This is the resistance, unit is ohm. Ohm into ohm multiplied, it will be ohm square. So this is the unit ohm square. Now what will be the unit of RAB? Its unit will be ohm. That means from here the picture is very much clear to you that at the numerator side it will be sum of products because it is ohm square, and denominator side there will be a resistance. So numerator side what will you write? RAB. RAB, it will be sum of product, that means SOP divided by, there will be resistance at the denominator. So now you have to calculate RAB. You are calculating RAB. Three resistors are there: RA, RB and RC. You have to pick up odd one, that means you have to divide by one resistor. So which one will you choose? You can see RA and RB, these two resistors are connected to RAB, but when it comes to divide, so we'll divide it. Division will always be done by third person. So RA and RB, these two resistors are the relative of RAB. Who is the third person? Third person is RC. So here you will divide by RC. So this is your trick. From here you will write RA into RB plus RB into RC plus RC into RA divided by RC. This is the trick. Similarly, if you write RBC, again at the numerator you write sum of product. Now at denominator you see one thing, RAB. Here you are dividing by RC. If it is RBC, you will divide by RA. That means you have no need to go back to the circuit. Similarly, RCA if you write, it will be SOP, sum of product divided by RB. So I hope this trick is very clearly understandable by you. You can clearly understand this trick. So I think there is no need to remember anything. Just S to D means P, SOP, sum of products. So with the help of this trick, you can easily convert given star network into delta. Come to next part, delta to star conversion. So now delta network is given to you. You have to convert the given delta into star. So how to do? Again for this there is a trick. Delta to star, D to S. What is the trick? Your trick will be divide by sum. Divide by sum. D for divide, S for sum. So divide by sum. What does it mean? Sum means sum of given resistances. What are the given resistances? RAB, RBC, RCA are given to you. So you will write RAB plus RBC plus RCA. What is the unit of this? sum of resistances, unit will be ohm. So again what you will have to write, now you have to calculate Ra. Again there will be a term in numerator, there will be another term in denominator. So here it is ohm, so from here you can very easily say at denominator it will be sum will come at denominator. Now at numerator what should be there, the product of any two resistances should be there at numerator. So let us find, suppose you are calculating Ra, this is Ra. Now you have to write the product of two resistors at numerator for the calculation of Ra. So you see Rca and Rab, these two are connected to Ra. Next, if you see Rab and Rbc, so this pair is not looking good. Why? Because one of them is connected to Ra, another of them is not connected to Ra. So you can't take this pair. Again come to this pair, Rca and Rbc. Rca is connected to A, but Rbc is not connected to A directly. So this pair is also not good. So which one is good pair? Rca and Rab. Rca, Rab. One more observation you can see, the name also A term is there. Here also the name A term is there. But in Rbc there is no any A term. So at the numerator what will you write? Rab into Rca or Rac. So from here you can write Rab into Rca divided by sum. Sum means Rab plus Rbc plus Rc. So this is the value of Ra. Similarly, if you write the value of Rb, so Rb what will you write? At the denominator it will be sum, and at numerator for Rb what will you write? Rbc into Rab, because B term should be common. Similarly, Rc you will write Rca into Rbc divided by sum. These are the three resistors. You can easily find delta to star conversion. I hope it is clear to you. Next, let us write some special note on star to delta conversion, and this is very much important. Star to delta conversion, a special note. What is a special note? Let us write star. Similarly write delta. Star, delta. How many words are there? 4 words. 4 letters. 4 letters. Here 5 letters. Delta 5 letters. DELTA. Which one is more? This one is more, 5 letters. So what happens if you are doing the star to delta conversion? So equivalent resistance value will be increased or increases. Clear? Now if you are doing delta to star conversion, then what will happen? You are coming from 5 to 4 or decreases. I hope it is clear to you. Next, if all those three resistors are equal, suppose you are doing a star to delta conversion, and what you see Ra, Rb and Rc both are equal to R. Clear? Then what will happen? If all the resistors are equal to R, then what will happen? Here if it is R, here if it is R, then if you go to star to delta, in delta it will become 3R. It will be directly multiplied by 3. Similarly, if you come back from delta to star, so here in delta if it is R, so here it will become R by 3. That means for star to delta it will be multiplied by 3, and for delta to star it will be divided by 3. So please remember these points. Next come to power consumption. So if equal resistors are there in a star and same resistors are being converted to delta, then for equal resistors you can write P star, P delta. Let us write P delta. If you write P delta will be 3 times P star. That means power consumption in delta load will be 3 times that of star load. So this is about star delta conversion. Now let us discuss one question. Here the star network is given to you. You have to convert this network into delta and you have to write the values of resistance. So star to delta, that means D can be written as P. So trick will be SOP, sum of products. Now sum of products, if you write, it will be 10 into 5 plus 5 into 5 plus next third term will be 5 into 10. That means it will be coming 125 ohm. This is sum of product. Now if you write RAB, this one. So what will happen? It will be equal to sum of product will come at numerator and at denominator for RAB you will divide by RC, that means 5. So it will be 125 by 5, that means 25 ohm. Next RBC, it will be again sum of product 125 divided by RBC, that means divided by 10. So it will be 12.5. Similarly, third one RCA. If you write RCA, it will be equal to 125 divided by 125 divided by 5. So it will be equal to 25 ohm. Hence your answers are 25, 12.5 and 25 ohm. This is how to do the calculations conversion from star to delta and delta to star. I hope you clearly understood this session and you enjoyed this session. So thank you for watching my session.